Put more money into the sound design. Get rid of the lads putting in music. You don't need music in a rally game. Get rid of them, they're useless. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well today. Welcome back to the channel. We're finally getting a chance to jump back into the Colin McRae add-on pack here in Dirt Rally 2.0. So this scenario is going to be in 1996 Greece. We're still driving the Subaru Impreza 1995. Let's check out our objective here. Finish ahead of your Spanish rival by 1 minute or more. And the info here on this one. Colin beat his Spanish rival in the Ford RS Cosworth by a significant margin in this 1996 rally. The rough roads of Greece are the staging ground for this duel. Alright, with the target set, let's jump straight to the onboard footage here in stage 1. Alright, good to have you back on board here in the Subaru Impreza 1995. Disclaimer here, this is going to be a voiceover video for this one. The margins for error in this scenario are extremely tight. You gotta be on point, and just me trying to do commentary as I was driving on this just wasn't working. So I said to myself, I need to concentrate to the max on this. Maximum effort, maximum concentration, and see if I can get it done after that. As usual, I have it on the very hard difficulty here, and I am using the H pattern with the clutch. Little tip here to keep the revs up and keep going maximum speed, I suppose, if using the H pattern with the clutch. So when you're changing gear, you want to keep your foot on the accelerator when pressing the clutch. Don't let off at all, and it'll just maintain those revs for you. If you're ever struggling with any of these scenarios, this one was a tough one and I did struggle with it. Probably one of the hardest ones so far. But a great thing to do is just to make a note of the different stages in that scenario, then pop into time trial and just try and learn off the stages. Improve your times and then go back and retry the scenario when you're more confident with the stage layouts. This first stage here, in my opinion, is the easiest one here in this scenario. The hairpins, they're the hardest part for me. It's hard to keep that momentum going, keep that speed up. The tricky things with hairpins is you want to get the right gear, but also you don't want to let the turbo drop off, so you want to keep them revs high. To do that, a good thing is to put your foot on the clutch when you change gear and keep it there, keep it on the clutch, get the car spun round with the handbrake if necessary, and keep your foot on the accelerator as well to keep that revs going. And then straight off the clutch then, and bang, you are off like a rocket. That's what seems to work for me. Maybe there's someone out there that can tell me a better method to take handbrake turns, but it works for me. Might work for some other people. Give it a go if you want. If you do end up giving it a go and it works for you, let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. And if at any point in this video actually you're enjoying it, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're not already subscribed, click the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and yeah, should be good to go. I love this section here, it's one of my favourite bits. Real fast, you can just keep it pinned there in this car. Get slowed down here to this right too. You're pretty much home and dry as soon as you get to this part in the stage. It's handy from here on out. It's pretty flat out as well, I think. A few bumps, actually I nearly lost it there. You can hit that cliff if you're not careful, but that's it anyway. Over the line of the first stage. Nearly right it off there after the finish line, and we are just getting down to our man here to stop. And where will that bring us? Stage 1 complete. That's a 250. I was kind of average in that, so I was alright, but my best was a 248 on this, I think, when I was trying this stage in the time trial. No point on hanging around here. Let's jump straight on into stage 2. For me, this one is one of the more technical and tricky stages. I'd love it actually if you could watch a recording of the world record, let's say the top 10 times, if you could, or even the world record, if you could look at that and see where they went and how they took their different lines. I know you can put on a ghost, but it's hard to keep up with the world record ghost. So if you could actually watch a replay of that run, I think it would be an awesome feature. They're not going to add it now because they've stopped updating Dirt Rally 2.0, but maybe for future titles, I think that'd be a cool feature to have. When I was practicing this stage on the time trial, I think I was about 30 or 40 seconds off the world record, and I was like, how in God's name can you shave 30 seconds off that? I know I'm probably losing fractions of seconds and even seconds on some of these bends by how I'm taking them, but I'd love to see it all the same, replay on the world record, and just see where they're gaining that time. It'd improve my times, and I think it'd be an awesome feature to have in any racing game. I think this section of the stage here, from here on out, is where I lose most of my time on this one. It's very tricky, very technical. Tight bends into tight bends. You gotta get that car whipped around nicely and maintain the speed. Hard to do, but rewarding if you can get it done. I think one of the hardest things about the bends on this particular stage is it's hard to find where the apexes are. They just seem to go on forever, and then all of a sudden they tighten up, and they're tricky bends. It's a tough stage. Definitely one that you have to learn off, especially for this scenario. But a couple of cool sections in it as well, fast. I like the fast flowing ones. Anyone that watches the channel will know that. I think I like the fast stuff, the fast flowy stuff the best, because you don't need as much skill to be able to go fast through them sections. Whereas with these tight technical bends, you need a lot of skill to be able to take them fast, and my skill levels just ain't up to that task just yet. I'm hoping they will someday, but for the moment I'm better on the fast and flowy stuff. Not a whole lot left in this stage. I think this is a Hurov bend here. Oh yeah, little tap there on that pillar, concrete pillar. That would be dangerous now in real life, but thankfully we are in a rally simulator here, so we're alright. Tricky little corner that you really got to slow the car down. Going uphill here on these rally stages, you can really feel the lack of power here in this little Subaru here, Subaru 1995. Could do it just a little bit more poke going up them hills. Grand for the downhill section. I think we are nearly coming up to the end of this stage. Memory serves me. Yeah, you can see it there on the little side map. Up over, that can be a dangerous bend there. Just be careful around that one. And over the finish line. Right, where is that going to leave us here in this one? Alright, and that's going to be a 3:14. I think in the time trial, my best was a 3:11 on that one, so I was a bit disappointed with that. But I kept going. I said, come on, make up the time elsewhere. Right, let's jump on to stage 3. Okay, this stage here is a long stage. And actually, I don't know what happened to the little third-person camera down here. In this one, it seems to be running at a horrendous frame rate compared to the other main screen. I said I'd leave the video in anyway, the little third-person cam. Nice to have the option to look at it. But apologies for the frame rate, don't know what happened. My PC must have just had enough and said, look, I'm not recording that in 60 frames per second anymore. It's gonna have to be 2 frames per second by the looks of it. I think this stage is the one, it's a long stage, so it's going to be your best chance to make up a little bit of ground and a bit of time on your rival here. So you need to learn this stage off, get each one of these corners, know the corners, so that you don't even have to listen to the co-driver. I should have actually probably turned him off because he can be a bit distracting listening to him at times. That's actually another good point there. If you're having trouble completing any of these scenarios and you actually know the stage off by heart, maybe it's the co-driver that's throwing you off. It can be distracting at times if you do know a course or a stage off by heart and the co-driver is yapping away in your ear. So turn off all distractions, even that little side map at the that I have on that shows you how far through the stage you are. Turn that off as well. Because if you see a red, oh, we nearly killed ourselves over that. That was dodgy. I got lucky there with that bit. But yeah, turn off all distractions off the screen, all them little arrows to tell you which turn's coming up. All that popping up in your face is going to be a distraction. All you want is the bare minimum for the HUD. I would recommend just your rev counter with your gear selector and that's all you need on screen. I'm going to change the topic of conversation here altogether and move on to WRC generations. I see they've finally put out a release date on it. It looks like it's going to be out on the PS5 anyway on the 1st of November. I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more footage on it, but it does look like they've made a lot of improvements, especially to the frame rate and the look, the graphics of the game. It doesn't look as grainy, or it looks a lot nicer in my opinion. But that's just based on video footage that I've seen of gameplay from the likes of VVV's channel. I think I am going to pick up a copy of it for myself on the PS5. I have always loved the stages in the WRC series, but WRC 10 was definitely a letdown for me, with the frame rate being the biggest issue for me. It was just unplayable. I had it on the PC and it was, even with the graphics turned right down so that it looked like a Game Boy game, it was just a disaster. The car modelling in it as well was terrible, with the cars looking like mobile game cars. Actually no, mobile games actually look decent now, but terrible, especially the classic cars. Really poorly done, no love at all put into them. It's like they just said, oh, that's good enough, throw it on out there onto the shelves, who gives a shit, let's make a few quid off this. The next thing to go onto the chopping block for the WRC series for me is the sound quality. The makers of the WRC series are going to hate me now because I'm going to rag on their game a little bit more now. Next item up on the chopping block for the WRC series is sound. The sound of the rally cars are absolute muck. The most unique thing about rally cars is that roar. You know the roar of a rally car from anywhere. It's just constant power and just sounds unbelievable. Crackling, popping, just crazy. You need to nail that in a rally game, in my opinion. Put more money into the sound design. Get rid of the lads putting in music. You don't need music in a rally game. Get rid of them, they're useless. Get the lads from Dirt Rally 2.0, whoever did the exhaust sounds and engine sounds and all for that, they are the lads you want to be getting on your team to do the sound for a rally game. I think most people will agree the thing that Kiloton do get right on the WRC series of games is the stage design. Stage design is definitely really the only win for me in the WRC series. I'll always return to Dirt Rally 2.0, I think, just for the sheer variety in the cars and the sound of the cars. That's the major draw factor for me. Love the handling in the Dirt Rally 2.0 series. Not a big fan of the tarmac physics. It's like a dumbed down, less slidey version of the gravel physics, but still fun all the same. Right, I've been yapping along here about WRC. Whereabouts are we in this stage? Yeah, not a whole lot left to go. I think we're nearing the final sector here. Dodgy little cliff edge there, you don't want to fall off it. There's a few tricky bends up here that you just need to take your time on, because it can be the end of your rally if you go off that edge. And after putting in all the good work so far in the stage, it's a long stage, you don't want to wreck your car here at this stage in the game. Gotta push it here now. This is a tricky little bend to find where the apex is. Didn't take it too badly on that occasion. We're coming up here to the final stretch. Couple of dodgy bends here that you gotta be careful on that one. Tight right tree here coming up. Slow it right down. Don't want to be going off the edge. Into a little handbrake turn here. Through that little bit of barrier, that's alright. And coming up here, dangerous right tree here. Gotta slow it right down there. Get her over the line, there we go. Right, so what did we get in that one? I think wasn't too bad. 6:28. That was probably one of my better times there on that stage. I was happy with how that run went, so I was raring to go here to push for the last stage. It's basically the first section of that last stage we did again, so we know the route. We just got to push it for this last section, and I'm going to shut up here and let you listen to the car in all its glory for this full stage. So hope you enjoy.
80 downhill, 6 right of a dip into caution, 5 left long, tightens over crest, keep right of a 50, 3 left, opens 80, tightens turn, 3, opens 6 very long, into slow, 4 right, extra long, tightens caution, 30, turn, square right, camber, 50, 6 right long, into 6 left of a crest, tightens, 40 of a crest, 2 left, tightens long, 80, 5 right of a dip long, tightens of a crest, into 2 left long, 40, turn unseen, 2 right, and 6 right, keep left of 80, tight, 2 right, extra long, to keep left of a flat crest, 6 left, tightens 5, 40, unseen, 3 left, open 6, extra long, tightens of a crest, and bump, into 6 right, into 6 left, very long, tightens in of a jump, slow, keep middle of a jump into 4 left, and 4 right, 60, turn unseen, 2 right, tightens of a crest, into 3 left, extra long, open 6, keep right of a crest, 6 left, caution, 4 right, slow, 30, crest and 2 left of a dip, into turn, 2 right narrow, into 1 left long, opens 6 of a jump, a dip, 3 right, opens of a crest, into 4 left long of a crest, into turn, 6 right of a dip, to flat crest, 6 right, very long, tightens 5, 60, unseen, hairpin right, 50, unseen, hairpin left, opens 50, 5 right long, into turn, sudden, 4 left, into 4 right, don't cut, and 4 left long, don't cut, opens 60, crest, 3 left, don't cut, tightens narrow, into 6 right, keep left over 80, unseen, very tight hairpin right, don't cut uphill, 50, bump, 6 left, into 5 right, opens over crest, 60, slow 5 right, unseen, open hairpin left, opens, uphill, 6 left, very long, 70 over bumps, into 6 left, into 6 right of a bump, jump, long, 6 left long, tightens of a crest, jump, slow 100, turn unseen, open hairpin right, tightens of a junction, finish, 60, just
And that's us over the line for the last stage. We try not to kill this man here, telling us to stop, and we managed to stop without killing him. That's going to be a 3:26, which is a decent enough time there, I think. Overall, these times are going to give us the win here for this scenario. Very hard difficulty. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day, and I shall see you in the next one.